Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor. I'm a little late. I had to go to the dermatologist to get my skin checkup. Had a couple of things frozen, but no big problems or anything like that. Okay, if you hear what sounds like power tools in the background, that's because there's power tools in the background and there's some people doing some work. So just wanted to let you know that, but no pun intended, but we will power through it here, as we always do. Sounds, technological hiccups, we ignore them and move on. I am drinking coffee at 1:48 p.m. The crypto market is sitting here, in my opinion, waiting for blast off. We're at 3.28 trillion. At the height of all the runs and the different tokens, we were at about 3.7 trillion, which means no new money has really come in. Just kind of money sloshing around. The new money is about to come in, and when it does, we're going to see things unseen. But I believe today might kick off rockets because at 2:30 is going to be the crypto czar giving a press conference. David Sachs, and you're not going to want to miss that. And Charles Hoskinson said today that the things you hear are going to amaze you. And he also said that Cardano and XRP and a lot of the top coins are going to be involved, are in the game. Don't miss it. Look at this. Speaking of, Van Eck releases American Crypto Index, the MAGA10. Includes XRP at a weight of 48.91%. Read it and weep, guys. 48.91%. And another thing, by the way, that Charles Hoskinson said in that video that was going around this morning, he said all of the grievances are being set aside, i.e. Bitcoin maxis screaming about, kicking and screaming like children about how just Bitcoin should be in a strategic reserve. That's an interesting point of note. So here it is from Eleanor Terrett, today's Digital Assets press conference, live streams from @BankingGOP. It'll also be on YouTube, I'm sure. Just look around. And then it's got, let's see, Sachs, Scott Boozman, Hill, Thompson host press conference. Trump's White House AI and crypto czar. It's going to be in D.C. Let's see, date, time. Wasn't there a where? My computer's so slow because I'm having to run it off my phone right now. Internet issues. Okay. Anyway, then Caitlin Long says, "Oh boy, did the Biden-Warren financial regulatory crew ever blow it up, blow it by trying to kill the entire crypto industry. Today is just one revelation of what's coming." And who won, who lost in the federal regulatory scrum as a result. Makes me think of ETHgate and Operation 2.0, Choke Point 2.0. Senator Bill Hagerty to introduce stablecoin legislation aiming to provide clear regulations and boost adoption in the U.S. Eleanor Terrett sums it up. Genius Act provides clear regulations for U.S. stablecoins, defines stablecoins as digital assets pegged to the USD, establishing licensing reserve requirements for issuers, applies Fed rules for issuers greater than 10 billion, state rules less than 10 billion, supports financial inclusion, efficient transactions, and dollar supremacy. Crypto stablecoins pegged to USD. Makes sense to me. Does anybody remember when I put this video together for you?
I mean, we don't even have an app that's as good as WeChat in China. And like in China, you can like live on WeChat basically. It's like, yeah, everyone's like, you live on WeChat, you do payments, you do everything. It's like, yeah, it's great. Basically, WeChat's kick ass, and we don't have anything like WeChat outside of China. So I was like, my idea would be like, how about if we just copy WeChat? Hey, copy them.
Buy Twitter, copies WeChat.
Yeah, pretty much. Yes.
So we are public now. We did invest as he took it private. We're very excited about.
By the way, a reminder, Greg Kidd was an early investor in PayPal, Twitter, Coinbase, and Ripple. Elon Musk founded PayPal. Jack Dorsey founded Twitter, also lived in Kidd's guest house. Stringed together a lot that has happened the last few years. Watch to an end, enjoy.
He believes in vertical integration, and I think he's thinking about a super app like WeChat Pay. Remember, he started in the payments industry, PayPal. He sold his company to PayPal. He and Jack Dorsey working together, I think, could turn this into a super app.
Jack Dorsey owns 3% of X. Jack Dorsey is very tight with Greg Kidd.
And super app in terms of money making, but is it the super app?
No. I mean like a digital wallet. So you do all your banking there. Maybe there's something they're doing with Cash App. You do all your shopping there. You get your loans there. It's your bank branch in a pocket. I think they have a good shot. And one of the reasons, as I've watched Elon, he truly believes in vertical integration. That would be a magnificent vertical integration. And remember, he already has designed and is manufacturing the ultimate mobile device, the internet on wheels. It's called Tesla cars. He knows how to do this.
I'm betting on the new forms of wallet.
This is Greg Kidd, number 10 employee at Ripple. He calls himself an employee. He was actually a billionaire when he went there.
New forms of messaging that go with those. So I believe like in the future, young people, and those young people get older. I'm not sure why you won't have like a super app, which is just messaging on steroids. Messaging that's also your wallet. Messaging where there's bots and you can buy things you want to do. You don't really have to leave that messaging app. So instead of having like 100 apps on my phone.
This one is music, the other one is words, the other one is money.
So I'm investing in the pieces of that infrastructure. If you think about it, the things you need to get to that world is you need messaging rails, you need identity, because you got to do it compliantly. You need a ledger to keep track of everything. You need a wallet to get access to the money. And because we still live in a card-based world, you need cards. In other markets, you need...
I believe we're going to have the X Money card.
QR code. So anybody who's building those pieces, those are the picks and shovels of the next world that I'm expecting to live in. And so I'm investing in picks and shovels.
All right, that's Greg Kidd and Jack Dorsey. That's Ashton Kutcher when he went on to Ellen DeGeneres show, and he had his friend on there. Let me see if he says his name, because I forgot it.
This like tech investment fund with Guy Oseary, right?
Yes.
Guy Oseary is his name.
It's called Sound Ventures, and we invest in high tech companies, right?
Right.
So, Guy's here.
Those of you who don't know, Guy is a very close friend of mine who just happens to manage Madonna and U2 and Amy Schumer and everybody in the world. And
that's when Madonna did a fundraiser, partnered with Ripple.
Cool guy, great guy, smart guy, and they're business partners.
So he's got a side gig working with me.
Yes, yes.
Right? And so we do this thing called Sound Ventures. We invest in tech companies. And so we found this very interesting tech company called Ripple that we're going to invest in, right?
That's Elon Musk, Guy Oseary, and Ashton Kutcher. That's Snoop Dogg when he performed at Ripple's blockchain. It was a XRP community night in New York City, 2018. That's Snoop Dogg, Elon Musk, and Guy Oseary. That's Guy Oseary and Scooter Braun, who worked to deal with Ripple for Raised in Space. And that's Scooter Braun in the room with Brad Garlinghouse talking about, Raised in Space. And there you have it. Now, so back to Greg Kidd and Jack Dorsey. Listen to the beginning and then listen to Jack Dorsey.
Well, I arrived here from Star Trek Future, so there has to be a way to pay for dilithium crystals, whether you're a Romulan or a Klingon. But going in the other direction, going back historically, my journey on payments goes back. I had done a startup, public. This young kid named Jack Dorsey hacked into it. It all blew up. He went to massage school. I went to the Kennedy School for Public Policy. I went to work for this little shop called the Board of the Federal Reserve and the Payments Group. And sometime later, after Jack had been nanny, when he started Twitter for me,
I made a decision to roll over my shares.
Did you catch that? When he started Twitter for me, not when Jack Dorsey started Twitter.
So I had 3% of the company. Elon.
He's got 3% of X.
Bought it. I kept all my shares. I didn't sell any. I didn't have this giant payday as a company was sold. I did so because, first and foremost, I believe in the idea of Twitter, much more than any particular manifestation. The manifestation of the idea that I believed in the least, the absolute least, was a public company. We were a public company that was reliant upon one business model solely in a singular fashion, and that was the advertising model. And the reason why we had an advertising model is because our peers did. We wanted to go public, and that was the fastest path to do so, and there was no...
The same thing happened to PayPal. Their original vision was a global reserve digital asset, and they had their investors, which were venture capitalists, wanted to go public. They wanted to cash out and all that. And so they had to put the global reserve digital asset dream on the back burner. I believe it's very possible that Ripple was that dream taken off the back burner.
No ability to send value across the internet. There was no micropayments on the internet as checked.
Who does that? Micropayments. You know, almost like Coil was like a test.
Talked about. We've actually been talking about it for 40 years, if not more.
So this has been planned for 40 years or more. Here's Chris Larson around 2013 talking about showing how you can send Bitcoin by putting it on the XRP ledger. Folks, the Bitcoiners might not like it, but they need the XRP ledger. The XRP ledger is what can help satisfy what the four Satoshi's dream was in the beginning.
Thank you so much. Great to be back at Finovate. My name is Chris Larson. I'm CEO of OpenCoin. OpenCoin is the company that's building the Ripple network. Again, before OpenCoin, I was CEO of Prosper, a peer-to-peer lending company, and then before that, CEO of eLoan, which was an online lender. So a lot of you may have heard about Bitcoin. It's been in the news quite a bit lately. Ripple is really a second generation of the Bitcoin concept. And as many of you know, Bitcoin and Ripple are really two things. They are global free into Ripple, which is a distributed open source, will be open sourced protocol. In this one wallet, you can picture this as the sender, and the second wallet, the receiver of a payment. Could be a merchant, could be a friend. You'll notice in this first wallet that I've got a number of different currencies. Again, Ripple is multi-currency. So let's start off with Ripple. Ripples are the native, so the other wallet. I'll go ahead and send 10 Ripples. Send another one. Notice that I've also got Bitcoin in my Ripple wallet. Again, Ripple is multi-currency, and it's interoperable to Bitcoin. So you can use your Ripple wallet, you can use the Ripple network to also send Bitcoins. Let me show you how that works real briefly. So again, I'll send my friend, this time a payment in Bitcoin. I'll choose a small amount because Bitcoins are expensive. And it's going to calculate paths. And as you can see, I've got a number of currencies I can send. I'm going to go ahead and send Bitcoin. My friend will receive Bitcoin. Confirm that transaction. System's going through a process of consensus. Once again, reached consensus. So what I just did basically is I sent Bitcoin off the Bitcoin blockchain. So instead of waiting 10 minutes that you must in the Bitcoin paradigm, I sent Bitcoins instantly. One of my friends said, well, look, I don't like any of these new math-based currencies, Ripple or Bitcoin. I operate in dollars. Just
folks, the writing is on the freaking wall. And this is the last thing I'm going to show you before we go into DAIXRP.com. If we go here, you may want popcorn with extra butter, a Coke, and some M&Ms, because there will be the ultimate gnashing of teeth. If X decided to run Bitcoin on the XRP ledger, is there anything Bitcoin maxis could do to stop it? They could raise awareness, technical criticism. They could fork Bitcoin, economic actions, legal challenges, community mobilization. But it says at the end, it says, however, these actions would be more about persuasion and influencing public perception rather than having direct control over X's or the XRP ledger's decisions. The decentralized and open source nature of Bitcoin means that while the community can influence direction through consensus, no single group or individual can unilaterally stop actions taken by other platforms or ledgers. Folks, the writing is on the wall. I believe that it's very possible this was always the plan. Okay, we're going to go into DAIXRP.com. I got a lot more. You're going to like it. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe. Hit the like button. Tell your friends and family. The power tools are just a part of the channel and a part of the group. You might hear them, you might not. Here we go.